morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? I know Nikki was here early. Thank you, Nick, as always. Who else is here? Robbie's here. Logan, and I'm imagining Jamie's still up. I don't know. Maybe. And her team won, so she must be excited. Let's see. Who else is here? Tommy J. Justin, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's Mike's. How you doing? We met up for lunch. If you didn't catch the little short that I put out. Hey, traveler, how you doing? Glad you can make it. What did I do here? Here we go. Let's see. Nothing. Well, moved a little. I don't know if anybody watches or probably do. If you bring money into Thailand, 35.7 this morning. So I moved a little bit of money. It's been kind of doing this crap for the last week, but this is the highest I've seen it in a while. So I went ahead and moved some. Hey, Andy, how you doing? And that'll probably be the last money that I move, the last chunk anyway. I think I'm done with pretty much everything. Let's see. I still have to. I paid him for the front pond. That ended up being about 20,000 baht for all the work he did, labor and material, electrical, plumbing. So what is that? $600? I don't even know. Somebody can do the conversion on it, but that's the steel for the stand, the welding, the painting, all the labor to do everything that he did there. $600, and I know the material had to be way over half of that. But I don't know. He's happy, and I always give him extra, so I gave him extra. Yeah, I think it's the right time. It might go up a little bit, but not enough to make me go, oh crap, why didn't I wait a little bit longer? I think anything around 35 is good to me, and when it creeps up towards 36, yeah, I got no complaints at that. That stays in there. I don't know what you guys talking about. Something about the borders, and what was some? I was watching something, and somebody's solution. It's hard. I think it was the one guy that I watched. Something legal, whatever. Anyway, he was saying that the America's solution to that is to give everybody work permits that come in, but yet, this guy was saying, yet I've got clients that are just fighting like hell to come from Thailand to the U.S. and just get fought tooth and nail, to go over there and work, but yet they want to just give them for nothing, just here. No, you don't have to do anything. You automatically got a work permit, which they should just give to everybody. I don't know what the big freaking deal is. I know back in the day they said, oh, well, they're taking jobs out, especially in California. The pickers on the farms and the fields and shit. My son didn't want to do it when he was for the money they wanted to pay. They can't find people to do it. So what the hell? I mean, I don't know. People are really in America worried about losing their job to. I don't think so. I don't know. Could be wrong. Yeah, I think so, Robbie. I think it's good. Like I said, anything in the 35s and up is really good to me. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Make them pay taxes. Make them do something, for Christ's sake. I mean, you let them run across the border like it's wide open. Do whatever they want to do, which I don't blame them. They could stay in Mexico and work for 10 cents, or they could come here and you know um, put their family up 4 notches on their of living class wise, and that's all they do. And I tell you what, 99.9% of all the people from Mexico that I met that were illegal, because I worked in the restaurant business when I was young, um, great people, hard working. And what do? Kind of like what the Thai people do here. they bust their ass working. They send it all home. Give it to mom and dad. Give it to aunt and uncle. Give it to grandma and grandpa. Um, so that it's not like, and they'll all around the corner in Reseda where I lived in the San Fernando Valley back in the day, and I'm talking 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 to a house. They'd come in and maybe even buy the house, uh, and then 25, 30 of them live there. Was it great for housing prices? No, not particularly. Was it great for them? Sure. They didn't care. They just wanted to be able to sleep, work, and send money home. Um, but so I mean, if they want to make them all citizens and give them Social Security numbers, hell, I don't really care anymore. I don't live there anymore. But it makes sense to me. I could give a shit less. Um, everybody here in this country came and became. There ain't no one except for the American Indians that are from the United States. So I don't know. Uh, let's see. Thomas, I agree. I used to be a legitimate option when I was in the Army. Recruiter had all kinds of foreign college students enlisted, getting citizenships after 36 months of service. Yeah, nothing wrong with that either. I just, they don't really want to do it per se because they have to pay taxes. But they're not stupid either. I don't blame them for anything, man. I mean, people get mad if you call them illegal aliens, which is what they are. I mean, I don't quite understand their thing. And hey, if somebody comes up to me, I'd be stupid if they go, "Well, you don't have to do anything. We're just going to give you medical free, and we're going to send you to college, and we're going to do this and that, and you don't really need to be a citizen, or you could be an illegal alien. It's not a big deal." What am I going to go? Oh no, that's wrong. I need to I need to go back to my country. No, not going to happen. Um, so I can't blame them. I mean, I don't blame them. I feel for people like here in Thailand that really get out there and bust their ass and do stuff, and the government can't afford to give them anything. Or, I'm thinking in the 55, like their Social Security deal, it goes up a little bit, but at 55 or 60, I think it's 500 baht a month, and then it maybe goes up to 6 or 7 or 8 as you go up the age scale. And if I could be wrong, if I'm wrong, somebody jump in and tell me I'm full of shit. But I believe my father-in-law gets a little bit more. I think he gets like 700. He's 70 something, and my mother-in-law's my age, and I think she gets 500. And I'm not absolutely positive. I don't ask them. When the bond is high and so when the dollar is high, just to make a profit. I guess you could. A lot of people that I know move the money into the country in U.S. dollars, and like I did move 5,000 U.S. dollars into a bank over in uh, Ubon, and it's in U.S. dollars, so I could change it anytime I wanted to. So I guess you could, but I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't like anything in the stock market. I don't like gold, silver, and platinum. That's the staples to me. Anything else is pure 100% gambling. I guess real estate would have been in the day too, but I just got lucky with that. And Stuart, Andy Trevor's going to hand the money back to the benefits office. Andy, are you going to? What did I miss? Did I miss something then? I found 5,000 baht in my drawer from my last trip there. Wow. Uh, yeah, but I mean, that's the same thing. If you're in the long term crap, you gotta turn over a large amount of money to make any money. But I'm not that good in it. But I got a friend that's really good. Hey Ted, how you doing? If you guys aren't, I gotta turn this around. There we go. Please subscribe. I'll talk if you guys are into fishing, hunting, family stuff. I go through this whole thing every time. Every time Ted jumps in. But good channel, good guy. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to meet you, Ted, but maybe someday. You never know. Let me have a sip of coffee here. So let's see. I went through my rant on illegal aliens. I guess I could go into how we could take all that money and give it to the servicemen. We do that. Of course, you guys already know that rant. Of course, you knew the other rant too, if you watch the channel. Yeah, yeah. One day, you never know. I might be out that way. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend in the U.S. before I'm creeping up there in age now. So I brought 10,000 US dollar a few years ago when the Aussie was in, but now the US and Aussie 63 best. Been in a while. Yeah, I was going to ask you or somebody what it, because I never follow what the Aussie dollar does. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Cool, cool. Um, but yeah, so what other rants do I need to go on? Dying, I could bring that up. uh, in any kind of operations. Well, we're still waiting in case you guys didn't see the last live stream. They cut on my wife again. Well, I guess she wants to make sure before she gives her a total hysterectomy, um, because she was supposed to schedule that when we were there on the 18th. So that didn't go. We go on the 1st of February. We go back in, and I guess she's going to have results of what that was, and then I'm guessing the final decision on when, and I guess if they're going to. My wife's kind of taking it in stride. Um, she's okay, uh, but we'll see what's happening. Hey Ryan, how you doing, brother? But hey Carl, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. That's like I said. It's aggravating to me when we have veterans and crap and servicemen and people that are in the service now serving this country or the U.S. I don't know about the ones serving in Thailand. Um, it just aggravates me, man. That we just give stuff away, especially the border, states, California, Texas. I think New Mexico, whatever they are there. All that money, man, could go in because I really am a firm believer that if you go in, maybe they make it. You don't have to be a complete lifer, but maybe if you go at least 8, 10 years, 7 years, 5 years, whatever they could come up with, then you get paid for the rest of your life, just like these freaking congressmen and all that kind of crap, and presidents and stuff. Like they need money. They're robbing from the government every day. They've got enough money put away by the time they get out of office, and some of them can't even get get out of. I don't know. I'm ranting. It just pisses me off because the veterans especially, they deserve whatever they can get. Everything, housing, food, you know, a life salary, everything they should get. So I voiced my opinion. We'll see how many subscribers I did that short on the little, because me and Bobby were um, talking at the lunch and about shorts and getting subscribers. And I go, shit, I don't know. Well, I went into my analytics and I found how I could tell if somebody watches a short, how many people subscribe. And 3 subscribed on that thing. And Bobby gets like 400 subscribers a month. I get like 14 or something. Well, I think I get about one a day. But I was really surprised on, how they, how that could get to people. I guess if I saw somebody and I watched their short or something and I liked what I saw. I don't know the voice. Who knows? You never know with those shorts. I think it was Mike that said his biggest short or whatever it was I don't know 10,000 whatever it was frying 2 eggs or something in a pan. So how the hell do you? And I'm sure he got subscribers from it. He didn't know how to look it up either. I found it on the computer in case you guys were wondering because I couldn't find it on the phone. Yeah, there you go. Do 3 years. Yeah, that's right. You were a recruiter, right? I keep forgetting that. TJ, are you? Yes, I am. I leave Friday. My wife's leaving. She already left now. What time is it? About 9:30, they're all going to leave from work, and then I guess she's about 3 hours from here, and she's about an hour, a little over an hour from the camping where they're having it at. So she's going to go there. I'll leave here Friday morning about 10, 11, 10 o'clock, and I'll pick her up. She said she'd be done about lunchtime. We'll right close to there is the bus station. The kids are supposed to get dropped off there. We'll pick them up at the bus station and then head up. So hoping to be there Friday night about hopefully before dark. I really don't want to set up the thing in dark, so I'm hoping to be there Friday, Saturday this weekend. If so, we'll see. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sure that I might miss you. So if you see, I'm people don't forget me when they see me. They see Santa Claus walking around. So by all means, come up to me, PJ, and and say hello. Um, Shorts for subscribers, live streams for view time. Yeah, I think so. And like in Richard Travels, Richard. I mean, he did great live streams with a lot of big YouTubers, and I think he was at 10. He was fighting to get to 10,000 subs after quite a while. I think doing live streams, that's why I don't expect the channel to really to go anywhere. But I'm fine with the people that I have now. I'd like to meet new people every day, hoping to find people like Mike, you know, that have lost a significant other, and are I think you were 70 something. I can't remember, Mike, if you don't mind saying. But Mike was in the same type deal as me. He saw me, and and ended up he came here. That's why I felt a little. I'm going. You still like it here? I felt bad because I tell people, man, come here. Um, and like I said, at 62, I was or three. What was I? I was 62 or something like that. And I thought pretty much life was done. I mean, I like I said, I knew I was just gonna get on, ride my motorcycle. I'd either stay in where I was because I had that option. I didn't have many bills at all. I could afford to stay in the United States. Um, and boy, was I surprised on what I found coming to Thailand. Now, am I saying that's going to happen to everybody? No, because some people might not even be looking for that. They might just be looking for a companion to hang with, because I was kind of rapped with Mike a little bit about it. Is my wife was my best friend, man. I confided in her with everything. And talking to a woman is different than talking to a man, and so if that's all you want, and there's plenty, I'm sure, women out there that would just want a monogamous just deal, with go and see islands and eat and laugh and and have a relationship that way. Nothing wrong with that either. Let's see. Hey, Tip, how you doing? Glad you could make it. And I'm hoping, well, I still got to put together that deal. Hopefully on the first, just to go back real quick, we're going to go. My wife goes to the doctor. I'll go with her. And hopefully we'll find out what's going to happen. Uh, Getting ready to leave to go to, oh, that's right. All right, Mike, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. God, I got behind real quick. How did I do that? Got to look for the trailer. The bike rack's not here, man. The guy was actually ready to tackle it, because I'm gonna have to be there, because he's gonna have to cut a hole in the back of the trailer. He's gonna have to go into the compartment, that's on the other side of that back from the side, and then take up the floor of the trailer, expose all the steel, and then weld to that steel, and make sure that I've got a good, because he's gonna have to come up with the receiver, so that he could put it up above the trailer, not far, but maybe 8 inches, because it can't go below. It'll just constantly rub and tear the thing off. It'll be a nightmare. And so hopefully, I contacted the guy yesterday. He said 3 days. He says he's got it. He's just having problems. I don't know if he's shipping the thing totally put together. I'm imagining that's the problem he's having. And he was having a problem getting it shipped. So no, I won't. I wish I did, but hopefully when I get back, he'll be ready to put it on. The guy traveling with me tomorrow, first time in Thailand, 65, I think is mine. Will be blown. I think you're absolutely right. Good. Let's see. Yeah, they don't last too long, do they, Andy? And I kind of let that up. I don't, they come up to me and say stuff. I just don't even retaliate anymore. It's not even worth it. And it is. There's no drama, right? And some people like that. I don't particularly like it. Let's see. You're cutting the hitch on the trailer instead of moving the hitch receiver. I'm putting it on the back of the trailer. So I just don't have enough room. If the trailer was made a little bit different and they didn't put the air conditioner up on the front, of the trailer, I could have put the rack there. Would have been ideal. But I don't have room to do that. So I could come underneath the trailer in the back, but it only leaves me this much clearance. Going up anything, I just rip the thing off. So I've got to go into the trailer and then down, and then attach to the subframe there, and then I'll have to repatch that in and seal it all up because I don't. And where it comes through, I'm gonna have to put silicone or something around there because I don't want a bunch of crap getting in there, snakes and bugs and shit, which I don't like. But because it's gonna move a little bit. It's not gonna be completely rigid. It'll be braced and cross braced and everything else. The thing weighs 300 pounds, so it's not overly heavy. And I'm going to put a winch on it too because I think it's going to be up so high that I'm not going to be able to have the bike running and drive it up on there. I think it's going to be too high. If it was on a regular truck hitch, I could do that. I think I could do it, but it's not going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an A-frame up the front. If you saw when I brought it up, it had ties going down both sides on the front and the back, and then out of the front, I'm just going to put an arm up with the cable wheels in it, and just bring it down with a hook on it right there, and then just bring it down. Oh, my camera. Bring it down, and so that I can push it and just hold onto the handlebars and hold the button and just wheel it up far enough to get it to flop over, pin it in place, and be done with it. It should work. I've kind of got it in there, and they're so cheap. I think what was it? Like 2,000 baht for a 2,000 pound winch with a. You could even get them with a remote, and an extra, cable. I don't know what you call them. Got that, and then they've got the round steel wheels that the cable goes in between. There's one coming out of the little winch, and then it'll go up to this one, and then come over and attach the clip onto the front of the bike, and then just pull it up. It should go easy. You will carry 150K. Yeah, what is that? That's over 300, right? Yeah, I think so. I think the rack itself, the way that the guy says now how he rated it, I don't know. We're in Thailand, so I think it was for 500 pounds for a 500 pounds worth of motorcycle or bike or whatever you're going to put on it. But it it should be. It should work. We'll see. I'm not going to do anything because I mean I paid 100,000 baht or 90 or whatever it was by the time I got racks and everything on it and extra gas tanks and all the shit I put on it. Probably over 100. I don't want to go and bouncing down the highway. Now I told you guys I did put a camera on the back of the trailer, and it's wireless. And then I'll show you the setup when I go on the trip. I'll show it. I've got it to where it goes down into my cup holder on the and comes up to a 5-inch screen. And I've got it so it's temporary type thing. It plugs into my center console, and so that I can when I'm using the trailer, I'll leave it there. When I'm just driving my truck and I'm not pulling the trailer, I can just take it. It just unscrews out of the cup holder, and then put it right in the center console, and so I don't have to have it sitting there the whole time. It should work out good. I got a hardly used bike rack that I wish I could give you. It worked well killing 2 e-bikes attached to the receiver on the back of my truck. Yeah, and I could also use this if I just have the truck and I want to go somewhere and I want to take the the bike with me. Let's say we're going to Kochang. When we go in April, is that when I'm going? April. When we go in April, I can just slip it in my receiver hitch and go off. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I will be doing that. That way, I don't have to rent a scooter wherever I'm going. So, all right, Tommy J's got a question. Well, one of your small bikes, um, no, because I have that cover, that rollout cover. Uh, they, yeah, you're probably right. I was thinking about buying not the monkey because they're too freaking expensive. They're 80,000 baht for a used one. I think the new ones are close to 100. And I'm talking about the old, styled after the old 50 Trail 50, and they're 125s or something. Um, I think I don't even know, but there's a company that makes a Gorilla. I'm sure they're coming out of China, but you can buy those for like 20,000. I thought about getting one of those or a couple of those to put in the bed of the truck for the kids. When we go up to go ape shit and go crazy on. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But because you can find those cheap enough, used secondhand. Good morning, hey Jake. How you doing? Glad you could make it. I know you just got LRV, but they don't have toy hauler. I doubt it. Maybe you might be able to find something, but they're just getting into these. They call them caravans. I think the word caravan came from Australia more than the U.S. It's a trailer to me. We had pull behind trailers and fifth wheels. That's what I grew up in. And RVs were big motorhome stuff and Class C and all that. But I don't know. I know they have teardrops. You can find those, but very rare. And you can find old trailers, but like I said, the old trailers, from the United States, what they look like, were 500,000 baht, and I paid 7 for mine, brand spanking new. The extra, I could have bought that trailer for 500. The extra 200 was all the stuff that I added, the extra big giant battery and the 1,000 watts of solar, all that stuff. So I still was, and I paid that. I don't owe anything on that. So, but I don't know. It would have been nice. Yeah, it would have been nice to have a toy hauler. That's for sure. Hey Pierre, how you doing? My wife was just said, did he see the pictures? I said, yeah, he sure did. She still, she still do. I told her. I said, I think he says he's got more. Her eyes got this big around. She digs them. So good job. Um, but yeah, so that's the plan. I'm imagining I can get it to work. I'm just worried about, especially when it's like that. So I'm imagining it's got thin crap steel, little, maybe small U channeled is what they're going across the bottom of that trailer. So what I'm hoping to do is to come through with the receiver hitch and then down, and then maybe right above the either right above the floor is come across with a big bar and then go under those with steel or bolts or whatever the case may be, maybe bolted and welded, with a big piece of steel there coming out so that I hit maybe 5 or 6 of those deals. I can't see it going anywhere. I can't see it doing it, but I want to be below those. I can do that because all I'm going to do is be bolting with flat stock steel, below it. Even if I put U channels or something, bolt in it and then weld it, uh, I think it'll be all right. No, let me say, I haven't looked at it in a long time. I still get electric bills like 4,000, I think was the last one I got, or 3,500. But it's still not working correctly. I've got to get with him, and I told him he's coming when he comes back. Let's see where the. It's been so long. I forgot where the freaking app is. There it is. Let's see right now because 9 o'clock. One of them's probably getting pretty good. Yeah, 1,673 watts on one set of panels, and I'm using 1,416. And let's go over. That's on number 2. And let's see on number 1. Yeah, see, it's only 100. Only 200 and something watts, but it says it. I don't know what it. OW. I don't know what the hell that is. But it's really weird because the battery. I don't know. It's not working correctly. And I knew that when the guy put it in there. I mean, he knew. I knew that um he knew how to install them. His where he wanted to learn and why he gave me a good price and all that kind of stuff was he wanted to learn the process of programming and doing all that stuff, and he just hasn't quite got that right. So I'm going to tell him that it's kind of hard because the guy's a great guy. He's the one that's doing all this work. Um, I don't want to hurt his feelings, you know. So I told my wife, I think what I want you to tell him is, okay, something's wrong with this. I don't have a problem paying the manufacturer to send somebody out because there's a rep right here in Surin, and have them come out and look at the programming because it's just not working correctly. But yeah, it definitely kicks the shit. The meter don't move during the day, but see, I've got it. I'm not kicking stuff back to the government, you know, and getting any kind of credit for that. So I'll have to make the determination on that. I still haven't had him, and I told him once we get that guy out here, I want to shut down the feed, and I want to see how long these batteries and what they're powering. Because if the power goes out, first of all, how do I know the freaking power's out? Because I shouldn't. With the batteries on there, it should switch right over. And so I told him I want some kind of a sensor on there, and will it page me? Will it send an email to my phone? You know, your power's out, and because I want to know because I'm gonna have to. I just want the refrigerator, one air conditioner, and my ponds on that circuit wherever it is. If I have to shut stuff off, okay, then I'll figure that out. But I don't know yet. So the question is, yeah, it knocked the living crap out of it, but I haven't seen any. Although we have been getting days with a lot of. Well, you know, I could look at the. Let me look at this. This one, yes. Okay, during the. Yeah, see, something's the matter with this one because it's showing zero wattage, 179. Something's the matter with that one. So I better get him out before that. And then let's see on 2, and they should both be the same. Let's see, come on. There we go. Yeah, it had a thing on here. Yeah, it's way over all day long. 2,000, but you see, it's got the ability to put out 5,000. So I don't know. I got to get with him and see what happens. But that's that's kind of the gist of it. There's one on Marketplace right now that I looked at. I don't know if the guy has that I didn't look at. I saw it there and I sent him something because I don't see him very often. And I was kind of thinking about, you know, I wanted to find one that I could actually pull with a motorcycle. I did have a trailer that I used to pull with my full dresser. It was a tent trailer, actually, fiberglass, real light, and I pulled it with an old shovel head bagger. But I will try to find out. But I looked on Marketplace. Let's see. Back in the bayou. Okay, yes, it was Ryan. I met up with Robert McPatea. I don't know where Robert's at now. I don't think he's in Vietnam yet. All right, Cobus. Hey, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it, man. Let's see if I can go. I can go to Marketplace real quick. Let me put in teardrop camper. Yeah, 225. Let me share the screen. Why not? I mean, we only have 14 people in here, so okay. Present share screen. Dun, 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 dun. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, share. Um, there's this one looks pretty interesting here, but I don't know what that is. 120. Looks like kind of a homemade type deal. Here's another one, 250. Another teardrop. There's actually two of them. This is one. This one's been for sale for a long time. Long time. I was looking at this one back in the day. A year ago, whatever. It's been on there for a long time. This one here is the new one, I think. Yeah. No, the same trailer. So this one says 225. He's got a bike rack on the front. Um, uh, this one says 225. What did the other one say? And the other one said 250, right? Where'd it go? All of a sudden it's gone now. Anyway, what is this thing? 350. I never seen an S30. What the hell is that? Oh, street sweeper. Yeah, that's what I want. This looks interesting here. This looks like a homemade capsule trailer. I guess this guy must make these, throw them on a frame. He only wants $120, but maybe it's empty. I don't know. So this one here for 225 has been here for a long time, and all of a sudden the other one that I was saying is gone out of the area, and that's it. That's the only. There was another one on there, and I guess it's gone now. Maybe the guy sold it. I can't remember how. I could go here. Let me go to Marketplace. I did send him mini caravan. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Is that the same guy? Let's see. Yeah, it's the same one. I guess so. So there's just the one on there, and I'm probably missing all the. Let me get rid of it. There you go. So hey John, how you doing? Glad you could make it. If you guys aren't subscribed, uh, please do. It's approved, but looks like a VW. I love VW buses. I wish that I could have afforded one. You're more than welcome here. But a lot of people are building these things, and if you were thinking about building one, I bet you could most definitely have one built that you could pull behind that twin. I got it right behind me. Got it right behind me. Um, I showed you. I don't know if I showed you guys. I've got the soft case, but I bought this thing is. I mean, roll over it with the truck, and it wasn't really expensive, but it was actually. It's also watertight, and it was made specifically for the Mini. I haven't even showed this to Robert. To Bobby. I wanted to show it to him in case he travels in his car all the time. It isn't, when I'm on the bike, I can't. I won't be able to. I'll have to put it back in its small case. But like traveling now, this is what I'll just take. The bag you saw that it comes in is only a little bitty thing. But yeah, I will definitely be taking it. I will definitely be taking it with me. Very cool. Channel is booming for sure. You get quite a few viewers when you're doing. I watched part of it, but I didn't. That guy that you were interviewing, was he actually the one that was in this altercation? I don't even know what the altercation was, but I'm imagining he was part of it because I think at one point I didn't. I watched maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I think he said that he was going to do a suit against him or something. So it was kind of interesting. Folks, I have built 3 of those for friends. Easy to do. Oh, really? Yeah, that you're talking about the teardrops? We marked what? Sex toys? Yeah. No sex toys in here. I got motorcycle stuff, fish stuff, man cave stuff, 65-inch racing rig on that side, and half of the stuff on the floor is going back out and under the stairs. I've got stuff in here that has to go in the trailer today because I'm leaving Friday morning. So No sex toys. And Levi, a friend, he got arrested. Big mess. Yeah, it kind of sounded like it was. Did somebody cuff somebody really weird and hurt them? Was that one of the things you were talking about? Because I got a story I could tell you sometime. Um, when I was younger, uh, don't really. The cop was wrong, but I was an asshole, so I deserved pretty much everything I got when I was younger. But I kind of the way you were talking, it was like somebody cuffed somebody weirdly and hurt them or something, or could have hurt them or did something. But I could have been wrong. I was trying to do 10 things at the same time. But if you guys aren't subscribed, think about subscribing. 4 hours at the station. I mean, I'll have to tell you some stories. I had a couple of run-ins, but I had a cop try to cuff me like this when I was younger. When he could still dislocate my shoulder and put it in. I guess I was unruly. That didn't last very long, but that screwed up my one of my shoulders. Actually, pretty much for life. But I don't know. Back in the day, I mean, there wasn't much you could do about anything. Yeah, but it was like I said, I was an asshole. So stop resisting arrest. Yeah, no shit. I learned that from friends, man. That told me after having problems when I was young. One of my friends had suggested to me, try being nice. He said they're just human beings. 99.9% of them will live life just like you, receive what you give, be treated like you want to be treated, type thing. And sure enough, lo and behold, I, yes, sir, no, sir, where they were clamping down and tightening up cuffs on. Are those cuffs a little tight? Let me loosen those for you. Thank you, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It worked out for the best, but I was always had a hard time learning shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are there assholes? There's assholes everywhere, not only in the police department and everything. No matter what you do, there's assholes. But I did find out after that, and I was probably mid 20s, something like that. And uh, sure enough, everybody I ran into after that was perfectly normal, good people. So it's it's hard. Uh, for a month. That's right. When are you leaving, Logan? Soon? Jamie getting ready to party? You got everything lined up for big giant parties at the house? Uh, yeah, no shit. It, back in the day, we used to have, I mean, parties in the San Fernando Valley. The cops didn't even enter. Uh, they would, in full riot gear, they'd block off the streets because the open parties, 500 people, you know, in somebody's half acre and spilled out into the streets and drunk and unruly. And the cops had a shitty job. I mean, they couldn't have paid me enough money to become a police officer. No freaking way. First of all, you're walking around with a giant target on your back, and everybody pretty much treats you like shit. And I don't know. I give a lot of credit to John and people. My buddy, I got a friend that I told you about, the one that was I think I showed you guys the picture the other day with him with Judge Ito and all that during that O.J. Simpson thing. But he was in charge of court security and threats on judges and all that kind of crap in Los Angeles. Hey, Nikki, you're awake, huh? Uh, what did Ryan say? Oh, and Ryan, I forgot about Ryan. Where's Ryan? Ryan, keep those. Yeah, that. Where were you? Where are you? They're pink with fur. uh, but just interesting stuff. I mean, brought up on different sides of the railroad tracks. When I was growing up. But this one that was I showed you, my buddy Steve was just like he had the perfect temperament for to be a cop. I mean, just a great sense of humor. Kind of what I figured John was about the same. Um, great sense of humor. Just a perfect person to be in law enforcement. And he started out as a marshal, and then they closed down. Well, actually, he started out serving. His wife used to make his route the whole day, and he was a process server, and he went around serving stuff, people, and then he got in with the marshals, which was pretty much what they did back in the day. And then when that closed down, he went to the sheriff's department, and then they started this division of courtroom security and all that. He had plain clothes in the high profile trials and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, when he retired, it took two people to shadow him for 6 months because he was one that started the department. No one knew how to do the job. So he used to go all over giving seminars. He's a great guy. I should call him. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm about as chill as they come. Yeah, it is easier, I think, John. Like I said, there was one asshole in particular. He happened to be Italian in the valley, and he worked me over pretty good in the back room, in cuffs. And he had a Neapol. What is it called? Who's a little short guy? My mind's gone. Anyway, he was a short guy, little guy, and he didn't. Definitely had a problem. But like I said, for the most part, after that, and what my friends, told me, and even riding around when you're riding on a motorcycle and you're with when there's a total different thing. I never got off my bike, and I probably wasn't the nicest to law enforcement. Did I get pulled over just because I was, had a cut on or something? And yeah, I did. Were some of them, one in particular in Simi Valley, I had I still have it, my little fake dot sticker on the back of my helmet, and pulled me over and took my helmet, wouldn't let me jump on the motorcycle and take off, made somebody come and pick it up or he would hook it. And he was, he was, but shit would happen. But again, they were just trying to do their job. I remember one deal that we went on that in particular went to a run site, and it was a big run, and it was in Missoula, Montana. And when we drove into the hotel, there was a whole crap load of SUVs, black ones, FBI, ATF, everything you could think of. And the guys were coming out of the swimming pool. Hey, just how you guys doing? And everybody's going, yeah. This and that. We just love coming to these. We get paid triple time, and you guys never cause any problems except for people that actually probably deserve it. And they had cops and highway patrol from 3 different states there, and there wasn't. There was maybe 2 or 3 fights from people that were just idiots, and otherwise, they said our job's easy. I guess, like I said, it all depends. But I think you're right. I learned in my life, and actually from my mother and my growing up, is treat people like you want to be treated. That's it. Bottom line, if they don't, you got to earn respect. You got to give respect. Respect and honor and all that kind of crap's real big with me. So, uh, but I now even it made it easier when I came here to be sabai, and especially I still have a problem every once in a while. I get a little antsy, but when I'm government and visas and licenses and all that, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, take my hat off, respectful, and to tell everybody out there and people that are hearing all the horror stories, oh, it's so horrible to get you're retired. So you have to come back the next day every 365 days and pay $60 to stay the year. I mean, come on. Yeah. Now, if you're an asshole, yeah, they can be. They'll just smile right at you, and you don't know what they're saying. They're going, "I will never help you again, and if I ever see your face again, I'll smile and just wave, and I don't know what you're saying, and send you on your way." But if you're, like I said, this the way I put it is, you'll go, oh, okay, you wanted this paper yesterday, but you don't need this one. I need this one and this one. Yes. Okay, I'll come back tomorrow. Oh, no, no. Just go out the door, turn left. That lady there will have the paper. She'll make you a copy, bring it back. You don't have to wait in line again. Come over on the side and I will help you, and boom, boom, boom. So it comes back regardless. But if you are an idiot, you're not going to get anywhere raising your voice. Being an idiot of any kind is just gonna, like I said, they'll just smile, thinking in their mind, this guy could come back every day for the next 10 years, and he ain't gonna get nowhere. He might go to another immigration, but so I learned. So that helped me with that. That's going to be the hardest part for me, dealing with the idiots at work. Learning it's not easy, Ralph. It the the thing that makes it a little bit easier is, sure, that has it happen that you went to the same person the day before that said they wanted these three pieces of paper. You get there the next day, you give it to them. They said, no, no, I don't want this one or this one. I need this one and I need these two. Uh, has it happened? Very rarely, but it can happen, especially if you're going to a different person. So now, if you see one immigration officer and then they tell you what you need, which now my wife's got a file this thick and she just pulls it out and we're done. But till you get to that point, um, the next day, if you're that person's day off or whatever, and they're not there, and you go to the next person, that it's up to them. I mean, they have guidelines, and I call them guidelines, but it's up to that officer that's gonna put your deal through and stamp it on what they want to see. So we'll see. Yes, sir. Government workers and people who handle your food. And I used, I had, yeah. I won't talk about it. But I did. Never mind. I won't talk about that. Hello, brother. But yes, definitely food servers and government, and especially here, because like I said, I'm going to say 99% of the people here in Thailand are good people, honest people, very respectful people. They're just, and when they're not used to any harangue or anybody raising their voice. Even if you're doing it and you don't even notice it, you better notice it before you go in. Just breathe, especially if you're retired. And I'm imagining if you're going for your, in Thailand, you're probably retired. It's not that big of a freaking deal, man. I mean, what difference does it make? And once you get to the point, if you're spending, you don't want to hassle anything, and you want to spend 20,000 baht and pay somebody, pay somebody. Uh, sure, why not if you've got the money? But once you've got a friend or a significant other or whatever, it's 1,900 baht, and then it's 2,800 or something like that for a multiple entry. But if you're just staying here, um, $60. I mean, so it took you 2 days. Wow, would you have done those 2 days? I don't know. It's all relative, I guess. Hey, Jake, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. And brother Ron, thank you for making it. I know you're. Did you get your 90 day? Oh, there you go. I did my 90 day in person, smooth as silk, smiling all the way. 10 minutes, yeah. And I'm doing it online now, and I can damn near throw a stone and hit the new office, and there's never anybody there. I know Andrew went. He said I think there was one person in line, and it took him same thing, 10 minutes. So it's very easy here. Hey, Verna, how you doing? If you guys are not subscribed, I highly recommend that you subscribe to Verna's channel out of the Philippines. Singing, family, good time, uplifting, very nice woman. So please subscribe. um, Me, I probably wouldn't, because I would just sit there and take my wife. It's just, I don't know. like people, rich people, people with a lot of money, I still would find it hard to go and spend $1 million on a freaking car, on a Ferrari or something. Um, Even if I had 10 billion, it just in me, that I don't. So to go and spend six, seven, 800, $1,000 when I could spend 60, it just seems like wasting money. If it was aggravating and it did aggravate me, I probably would. Right? I probably would, but I haven't run across any kind of real problems, especially here. I know in Patea, in that area, it can be a little bit taxing. I know Mitch, he used somebody and it went smoothly. I know James did and it went smoothly. I even think Mike did and everything went smoothly. So I mean, it's up to you. Like I said, if you have the money and you don't mind spending it, I'm just, no matter how much money I have, I just, I guess it's from growing up and not having anything. If you've ever been in, in life and had, like my wife put it, zero bot, like she's been a few times in her life, um, I, you respect, it more, you know. That's why I tried to my kid with the car thing and all that, and how if you didn't work for it and buy the car yourself, you don't appreciate it. You don't get the oil changed. You don't watch after it. It's not your hard earned money that went into it. So it's yeah, like I said, it's just hard for me to spend money, and my mind works weirdly because I told you when I stopped drugs when I was young, I stopped everything cold turkey by, instead of going out and buying an 8 ball of cocaine or an ounce or whatever I was going to buy, I bought camera equipment and skiing equipment and this and that. And after 2 or 3 weeks, my room was loaded full of freaking brand new crap I haven't even opened. And from that point on, the way I put stuff is, okay, I could spend, let's say $100. Okay. $100 or $1,000. Now, what can I buy for 900 bucks? Especially here in Thailand. Hell, I could go on one hell of a freaking vacation with my wife for 10 or 14 days at a 5-star hotel, you know. Um, so there's so many things, and my mind clicks into that mode whenever I feel like I'm going to be throwing away money. So I guess um, I guess I'm too logical in my old age. It's not that I have to worry about it. It's just that, I think I'm stupid if if you can't, like if I'm too frustrated, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a friend that I want that will go with me and do it, and I'd rather just pay the $1,000 or whatever it is and not have to worry about it. Hey, more power to you. Rest. You're retired. Do what you want to do. But um, let's see. That agent is probably a relative. What did I miss? That poor woman, zero bot, and then married you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's in heaven. That's why I'll tell her I'm the luck. I tell her I'm the luckiest man in the world, and she says she's the luckiest woman. It's been 4 years now. It's like a little over 4 years. And I got lucky, man. No doubt, no doubt, very lucky man I am. But and she does, and she blames me because she's probably, I don't know, maybe two kilos or 3 kilos heavier than she was when I met her, and she blames that on me. Said now I don't have to go out and I can eat whatever I want. I can, when we sit down, it never fails. And now I've just said, you know what? I don't care. She'll order 10 dishes for me and her, and we bring, like, I can't carry the bags back home, but constantly, so she blames me for gaining the couple of kilos that she gained. She's by no means fat, by the way, but she carries she and I don't know. I mean, if you've been around Thai women, do they love to eat or do they really love to eat? Yeah, they love to eat. And I think Vernon, don't Filipino women, they love food too, right? They like to eat. And my wife and most excuse me, most Thai women that I've met, friends, family, whatever, they would sit and eat seafood until they threw up every day of the week. Uh, that's the biggest thing. That's why my wife, she's waiting to go to Ko Chang or any place that we're going by the water, because she's imagining how much stuff she can bring home and how much she can buy and eat there. And we're going to stay at the Serenity again, which is kind of nice because we can go down and get all the stuff, and it's got a full kitchen. And I'm going to have the aunt and the uncle and my mother and father-in-law this time, and they can cook whatever they. And my mother-in-law was like in seventh heaven, because every morning they would come walking through there with these big styrofoam boxes at 6:30 in the morning. The fishermen would come in, and crab and whatever they caught that day they would bring through there. My mother-in-law would buy it. What's saying? My bud's was out. Shame. Never seen him. Yeah, it the oldest daughter. Uh, I'd put her up against Fa, if you guys aren't familiar with Fa, and James, Chocolate Man in Thailand, or Chocolate Man in a Van, now in the United States. Fa came to the housewarming, and thank God she did. She's a I like Fa. Anyway, she can eat, and I would put her up against my 21-year-old. She can eat too, and she's the one that does the traditional Thai dance, so she probably burns 9,000 calories a day, but loved to eat. And they were like in heaven. I remember my wife told me a story because I took them all out. The first time that I met her mom and dad was in Krabi. Took them out to a big, really expensive seafood buffet, and even at a buffet. And the father-in-law, I guess my wife told me years later that he was telling the kids, don't eat so much, make them think that you want to, what I mean? And the kids they always ask me, is it okay? You guys can get whatever you want to eat. Don't you have to keep at whatever you want, eat. They just weren't used to that. I mean, they didn't have the money to be used to that. Like I said, when my wife said she had zero baht, she had zero baht. She had nothing at times in her life. And how she afforded to buy this property that the Sarin House is on. Granted, she works for the government. She makes probably a decent wage for Thailand. Has great insurance and all that kind of stuff. To put them up, and I've said it a million times, in private school. Has an apartment in Bangkok. Her mom traveled back and forth every weekend when they were younger. Now they live in the apartment. They stayed in the school, and every weekend the mother-in-law would go there. That cost what, 300-400 baht on the train or the bus or whatever they would do, and then they would come out, so they didn't have to stay in the school 7 days a week, months on end. They got out of there. Well, now they live there because they're 18 and 21. But she had to pay for that apartment, pay for the electric there, pay for the meals, pay for food, pay for the school. How she did it, I'll never know. With help from friends is what I keep getting. The friends of her mother's, the lady that was here last night, the police officer, husband and wife, both police persons. I don't know what you want to say. Um, she was here with her mother, come for a month last night, sitting in the back feeding the fish. And of course, my mother-in-law just loves having people over and see the place because it's a big deal. And but she helped them out their whole lives. My wife said would give this and send food for them, and the Thai people they've won my heart over. If you haven't noticed, just good people. Law enforcement officers. Logan's got it. Thank you, Logan. Let's see. What did I do? What did I miss? Wife's buddy. I think there's a huge back order. But yeah, on what? What did I miss? God, I missed a lot. Tiny trucks. Actually, kind of cool. I'd buy one if I could find one. You're talking about like the little van ones, or what did I miss? Somebody say 8 ball. Let's see. I think that was the last one I read. I watched a video of some buying a Chalky 90 version of cheap, but not street legal in the U.S. Key truck are cool. They aren't legal in the U.S. I'm planning to head for Thailand. Yeah, I thought, and you can get those if you're talking about those little van deals, Suzuki's, or is that what you're talking about? Um, I thought about making a little camper out of that. When I was young, I eat like a horse, but now I can't. Yeah, my wife, she, like I said, she blames me for putting weight on. Tip. My wife just went to get a new set of shocks on her car. Just had washed and hand dried yesterday. I missed a lot. You want to Ralph Lewis? Leave the chat for a few minutes. All right, Randy. Thank you. You're probably already gone. Yeah, that's the one. Is it Champ Trucks or is that the? Is it a truck or is it a little van front? I know Suzuki makes them. I don't know about the Toyota ones, but you can get them those little ones cheap here. You are not missing the presidential primaries. What is there something going on? Uh, Toyota came out with a new economical truck. Oh, really? Huh? No, I'll have to put that. And it would, but they're not for sale in the United States. Is that what you were saying, Ralph? Or somebody was saying? But I thought about that because I was going to get that and then put one of those boxes before I saw the one that was mounted on a trailer. That same aluminum box deal. Put it on the back of one of those and make a little camping deal. Oh, you're still here. I was watching a cute 21-month-old baby girl. Yeah, good for you. Keep doing it. Just for the Republicans waste. Yeah, I don't. Thank God I don't have to follow any kind of crap like that. I just hope somebody, like I said, man. My biggest thing, I would have voted for anybody that would have came out and would have didn't have to promise anything like all these guys promised about bumping up Social Security and an extra 200 a month and going off of this for cola and that for then instead of doing that and all good thing for Social Security, the people that really need it, and of course didn't come through on any of it. Would just promise one thing: gasoline, $1.50 a gallon. That's all you got to say. You got my vote. That's all it would take. Uh, Steve Garvey, really? I'd vote for Steve. He's still alive. I watched him play at Dodger Stadium. Him, Ron Say, Bosa. I was a big Dodger fan. Steve Garvey or Steve Harvey. uh, Gasoline is bad. Legendary Dodger and Padre. Yeah, I remember listening to him because I wasn't allowed to watch TV after a certain time, or some of the stuff wasn't on TV, and those little radios with an ear deal in them when I was a kid. Or not, some of them didn't even have a plug. You had to listen to them way down volume and hold it up to your ear. Yeah, only when it comes down. I hear that. 75 years old, he could do 6 years in the Senate and become president. Is that how old he is? 75? Wow. Yeah, that sounds about right. Probably about right. Actually, maybe is he that? Is that? Do you know that for sure? Or is he might be older than that? If you're talking about Garvey, I don't know. I don't watch baseball. The only thing that I watch, I enjoy watching, and I've said it before, the Little League World Series. Every year, I stay up until I get up 3 o'clock in the morning to watch some of the games. Some of them kids are just, I enjoy watching them. Gas went, gas went from 339. Gas went to 339 from 279 on Sunday. Yeah, the week he said okay 75. Huh. I'm 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, 8 years older. I guess so. Sounds about right. I guess they were all kids when I was watching them. Yeah, because if I was 12, he would have been 20. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Still over $4 a gallon here in Washington. Wow. Well, if the Dems are doing anything, Biden's in the choice again, so the primary's about someone. Yeah, I had a buddy that he just hates one the other Trump, and I told you, he went after my mom on Facebook. I had to get him and go, "What are you doing?" That's my mom. No, but he's really, really into it. Where's Bear? He, I don't know. He's out somewhere. Thanks, Logan. Um, he, um, he just, back in the day, I'm going, well, here's my problem. You guys could have run anybody but Hillary. Anybody. You could have run a dog off the corner and probably would have beat Trump, but you didn't. So whose fault is that? And then I don't understand politics because if one gets in there and the other one gets in there, no one helps each other. I never seen so much, and it happens both ways. But the one that I saw the most was every time every time that he wanted to Trump wanted to do something, they just blocked him and stopped him and wouldn't do it. They just don't want anybody to succeed. It's not just I don't know. That's why I'm glad I live here in Thailand. Uh, in the States, yes, Pamela Anderson is with me. Ron says about the country. People vote because they hate someone else. I wish their bags were packed. Are you still going to plan on coming, Randy? I think you are, right? I don't think you know exactly when, but you'll be. Is that a time when you're going to be here, Ralph? I missed probably something in the back. But yeah, I don't know. So I mean, was anybody in total amazement when Trump beat Hillary Clinton? I mean, was it like, oh my God, I can't believe it? I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. And I never was registered as a Republican, a Democrat, a no, a free spirit. I was never nothing. So I don't know that much about politics. Probably should have when I was living there, but yes, I've had some delays, but still cool. Um, Retirement, then a couple more before we move to Thailand. Cool. Yeah, it's gonna go fast. Like Logan, I think you're under three. No, over 3 years, and you're supposed to come, if I'm not mistaken. You and Jamie, Christmas 2025. But I think in your last live stream, you might change your mind or something. Maybe back to Korea or something, if I'm remembering right. That you guys were talking about. But Jamie would go with you or something. Um, or something. I don't know. He can probably write it before you're done with it. America is relapsing to 4 years ago. Chance for change, good or bad, is to be president of the Congress. Otherwise, it's a giant. Yeah, it's just like everything that I see. It's like constantly fighting. It doesn't matter. The sky's blue. No, it's yellow. I mean, it's like I don't understand. And I could be wrong on a lot of the stuff because only hearsay from me. But I heard like when they're building that wall, okay, which I didn't think was such a bad thing, regardless who put it up, Biden, Trump, Billy Barty, whoever put it up, I thought it was a good idea. I heard that he stopped that Biden, and all the material and everything and the labor and all the stuff was already paid for on the ground. The stuff that was sitting on the ground was paid for to be put up, and I could be wrong. Now that's just like uh, uh, nanner, nanner, I can do this to you, right? I mean, is stopping something from being done that was already planned and it's already paid for? Uh, I don't know. That's just plain ignorance to me. And I'm sorry, and I don't know much about, like I said, Republicans and Democrats, but the man is senile or something. Everything that I've seen on the guy is like, is he really? Can he run the country, or is somebody else running the country. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that because I don't live in the United States. All right, Jake. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Uh, is that right? It was just so that's just out of pure spite, right? When you do something like that, because you can. You're president now, so I can stop this. It just don't make sense to me. Dave, you live in Thailand like king. You look like you have nothing to worry anymore. No, I love Thailand. Go Thailand. Go Thailand. Here's my answer. Plan is Christmas 25, but if we get orders to Korea before, we would delay that and have the chance for frequent trip. And she'd get to go with you, right? I think is what you said. I could be wrong. I listen. There's a list of being controlled, go on and on. Yeah, I don't know. And like I said, I'm sure it works both ways. I'm sure that when Biden got in there, everybody on the other side was fighting him. So I'm sure it works both ways. I seen it more with that because my mom she really loved Trump. So when I talked to her, she would give me the 50-second deal on what was going on in the United States. So I don't know. All right, I thought I said something. Canada border. Yeah, and I don't know why they don't, man. Like when I was going to, like I said, when I went to Costa Rica in 2000. In fact, I think on my Facebook page, 8 years ago, I was there, and it showed me and my cousins. That was Super Bowl. We were sitting in the local pub there, but they were 90 days on arrival, stamp you in, boom, boom, boom. And I had talked to people that had been there doing border runs for 7 years, every 90 days. 7 years they had been doing it. And I believe Costa Rica is still 90 days on arrival. And I think there's a lot of places that are. Why? I don't understand the logic. I don't understand the logic. I mean, even if the Thailand, well, I'd like to make a little, then charge 500 baht. I don't know. Is it really gonna? Do people care? If you Ryan, if you were going to get 90 days on arrival stamp, but you had to pay coming to Thailand Happy Days tax of 300 baht, would you care? I know I wouldn't. I mean, the way that they've got it, they want if you come in. When I was here, I get 60 days, and then I had to go to Patong and get an extra 30 days, and I think I had to pay 1,900 baht for that, plus the money that I spent for it was expensive. So, I mean, if they made it reasonable, I don't understand. I mean, people come here. When I come here, I spend money here. And I want to say most of not just US, but most of the foreigners that come to Thailand, they spend money. Are there the backpackers? Sure. But the guy getting 30 baht for something to eat on the side of the street needs people to buy from him too. And that's where the backpackers are going to go. Everybody needs to make money. But I'm going to say the good majority of them, 80%, 85 maybe, are going to come here and spend a crap load of money. And some of them maybe they're not going to care about spending 3 months, but if you made it a little bit easier and gave them little perks and stuff like that, why they don't want them to come, I don't know. I could be wrong. Hey, Dowlow, how are you? Logic and common sense. Yeah, no shit. I just paid 40 US for my e-visa 60 days. Yeah. And I used to get mine in LA. And that's what was convenient about staying at my mom's house is I could go there and then just drive to LA. When I would drive to LA, I could get there before 9, give them my passport and everything and all the paperwork they needed. They would go through it, make sure I had everything that I needed. And then I would go out, bum around LA. 3:00, I would come back. It's all boom, boom, stamped and out and ready to go back to, come back to Thailand. It worked out. And then I finally got my retirement visa. So the theme of this is a poem of the good, sensible people who love America together and get the un-American politicians. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't think they give a shit about America. They give a shit about, is Trump as crooked as the politicians? Sure. I mean, I never said, when I said, let a businessman at least try, it's the biggest business in the world, the United States of America. At least give him a try, but I never said that I thought the guy was straight as the day is long, I mean, but he isn't any worse than the politicians, you know. Uh, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think the guy might win, right? I don't know. We'll find out. Ah, there you go. Way easy to do online. There you go. Randy's going. Thanks. Cool. Ron, put down ties. uh, but yeah, it's interesting. I got a lot of people. We were talking even at lunch yesterday about what's going to happen with the ganja deal, and like I said, I think they're just going to make it medical. The laws are already in place not to smoke it and anywhere in public and all that. They're just not being enforced. I think the only thing they're going to do is you got to have a doctor's note. It's going to cost you whatever the doctors charge. So, are people not going to come to Thailand because the doctor is right next to the dispensary? I have to go in there and I have to pay him $15, and then I get my year-long, deal so I can go buy it. And I'm going to be coming back to Thailand 4 times this year, so it cost me what $3, each if I split it up. Is that really going to stop somebody from coming to Thailand and getting high and running amok if that's what they want to do? I don't think so. If that's going to curve them, they probably shouldn't be in Thailand anyway, because if they're bitching about spending $15, they're not gonna make it if they want to monger up and down Pattaya. That's for damn sure. Um, Trump talked about this back in him, and I have to believe they can do it. Yeah, I'd be. I mean, I don't even know who's running up against him. Is Biden running again? Somebody enlighten me on. I don't want to get into politics because I don't want any arguments. But um, is Biden running, or is there somebody else? Maybe Hillary going to run again? Then I'd say it'd be a shoe-in. 90 days. I don't understand why it's a concern for time. If I'm willing to pay $4,000 for a nice apartment in Bangkok, it's pretty obvious. Spend time and we'll make money. Yeah, I don't understand it either, Logan. I don't. Somebody said they want to keep the riffraff, and this is all you know, people's guesses on stuff. But the riffraff, and why are they riffraff? Because they're backpackers and they don't have any money, but they're still buying 20 and 30 baht meals off the street and supporting some Thai people. You know, um, uh, I don't understand it. I don't understand why they're not pushing it, and they're saying the numbers are down and all this kind of stuff. And well, the Chinese haven't even started to flood in here yet. Let's see. For the e-visa, you need a copy of your travel plans, incoming and leaving, passport pics, passport proof of place to stay, U.S. resident, driver's license, enter all the information and pay $40. That's awesome. An emphasis on Thai weed. You can do the other, but I don't know. I don't have a clue on how they're going to plan to regulate it and test it. Are they still not going to test it? Is it going to be whatever Billy Bob down the street brings in that he sprayed chemicals all over? I don't know. I don't know. So yes, Biden the basement campaign. So it is Biden. Okay, Biden at 81 running against what is likely Trump 77, the youngster. To the dismay of even many Democrats. Really, 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 really. Uh, I hope I'm not considered riffraff. I'll be back 7th of February. Cool. You going to be around in the middle of March? We're trying to put together a little weekend get together. It's mainly going to be a meetup on a Friday night and in a resort, and then whatever everybody wants to do, maybe meet up for breakfast, and then people go to the pool, go to the ocean, go whatever they want to do, and maybe back to dinner again, and then out of there. I think it'd be fun, and I'm thinking we're going to get maybe between 15 and 20 people. I'm guessing. So if you're around, by all means, I'll let you know. I'll have it posted. Are you coming back on a rap? I don't think so. I'll be there until. Wow, I think we're talking about you guys. What did you do? Was it the 12th, 13th, and 14th, or 13th, 14th, and 15th? It was 13th, 14th, and 15th of March in the Pattaya, Rayong, Jantiem area on the beach. I'm going to pick a hotel because I kind of tried to get everybody to go onto the community page and say when they can do it and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to put up the dates and then the people that can go will talk about it if we have to change a day or two here or whatever. But I'm just going to pick trying to keep the hotel at about 1,000, right around 1,000 baht a night, including breakfast, maybe 11, maybe 9, right around 1,000 baht so that people can afford a couple thousand baht, I think, to do it. If not, like I told everybody before, send me an email and I won't put anybody's name out and I'll help, and maybe we'll put a fund together for other people if they want to chip in that have a few extra bucks so that everybody can go if they don't have the dough. I know how that is usually. Winging a prayer airline. I still looking. They changed that freaking website layout now, and I'll tell you what, man, I have a hardest time trying to figure out from where I've got to put it in each time. Bangkok, BKK to LAX. Oh, I guess it's not that bad. LAX. What dates? Round trip, travel dates. So if I do go, I probably will go in after we get back. So I'm going to say May, say 6th to the 24th. It's like 2.5 weeks. Done. Search flights. And this is economy. I should have put in business class, but I think business class is about 3,000 bucks. I don't know what. We'll check that too, just because we are. And in case anybody's wondering, if you want to move some money, probably wouldn't be a bad time. 35.7 when I checked it this morning. Let's see. Wow, 808. 800 bucks. That's a pretty good price. Who's that with? We got to remember how to look for the airline. Where are you, airline? Philippine Airlines, which is the one that's Korean, I think. No, Philippines out of the Philippines. And I heard they're not bad. So 800 bucks. Here's 1,000. The same airline. That's China Airline. That's the one that's in Korea. That I heard is pretty good. Jumps up to 1,000, and then back down to 808. Back to Philippines. So 800 bucks. That's not bad. Let's go back and see if we can change economy to business class. Yes, and done. And search. What did I miss? Cool. Yeah, I think it'll be fun, man. I mean, yeah, 35.8, so it went up a little bit more. I was going to wait, and I said, nah, because I know my luck. Yeah, $3,178. So 3 times as much, over 3 times as much. But boy, it sure is nice. Who's that on? That's on Philippines. I don't know what their business class is like, though. I don't have a clue. All right, I'll get off that. I don't need to be there anymore. Okay, back there. All right. Am I there? Yeah, I'm there. Okay. 36.02 at 9:22. What does mine say? Let's see, go to mine. My wife gave me this app. It's called Gold Now. And let me refresh it. Gold they have at 34,280 a bot. 35.725 is what I'm showing. Is it Taiwan? Is that where it's at, Ralph? I heard it was a decent airline. I don't know. like I said, my biggest thing is I made it such a nightmare for myself last time because booking the wrong dates and having to take a bus out of Surin to Bangkok and then sit there and wait for the plane and then do a layover and then I was on Korean Airlines and they were the only airlines then that was still requiring a mask. It was like, come on, get with the schedule here. And they so it wasn't a very it was a nightmare is what it was. So yeah, for sure, Tip, for sure. And Jake, when are you coming? Since you're awake, I gotta try to call my cousin. 36.02. Wow. You know what I should do? Let me go back on because I bring it out. It cost me a bot. Um, I bring it through Chase, so they're usually right on the money as a bot, less than what it was. So let me go wire to this bank account. We'll just put in an amount. I know there's another way to do this, but I'll put this here, and then it'll lock it in at this. Wow, it went up a lot. It was an extra 34.8641. So they've got the bot at 35.8641. Wow. So it went up. I got 2,000, almost 3,000 bot more. 3,000 bot more just in that from yesterday to today. And I was going to wait for a certain amount of money, a total, and that's what it hit now. Yeah, well, you live and you learn. Of course, it could have went the other way, and I would have said, God, aren't I a smart bastard? I don't know if anybody thinks it's going to go up late February. So you'll be here for the middle of March, right? How long are you guys staying? Yeah, because I tried to join Wise, and they opened up a bank account. Same thing. They opened up a bank account with who's the other one that everybody says should have as a bank account. Uh, 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 Somebody, what was the name of it? Anyway, they both opened up an account for me and then canceled me a month later, and didn't give me any reason why. So I just said, screw it. So and it could be a lot because it was um, it's a good cool, yeah, swab, and both of them canceled me, and I didn't go back and try to open it up. I opened them up for I don't know $200 each or something. I can't remember. It wasn't a bunch of money, and then they just sent me my money back. And I wrote them a couple of times. What's the deal? No answer. Because they just didn't like me. I don't know. Uh, but uh, but yeah, because it could be a lot. All right, I'll tell you what it would have been for this one. Each bot difference for the amount that I brought over. You guys can back figure it if you want to. Um, Times, is that right? 15,000 bot. Right? Is that right? If I was bringing over 15, uh, and I was a bot difference, it would be 15,000 bot. Wow. So that times or divided by $428. That's quite a bit, I guess. Well, maybe I'm not as smart as I think. It's so easy, and they've never screwed up transferring it to Bangkok Bank. I've never your money got lost. Oh, you did this and that. I never had anything. But you're probably right because I don't know. Do you actually get what can you get out of Weiss right now? I heard they were going to raise their deals. So March, March tip, March 13th, 14th. At 36 and creeping up. Wow. Yeah, you guys getting a lot more than me. because they, like I said, they charge almost exactly a bot. Well, it's like I said, on the one it costs. Usually I bring in 35, so that'd be each bot would be 3,500. So that's still $100. So, but I don't get charged any kind of transfer fee or any kind of crap like that either. So I don't know. Huh. I just might be able to fly in February. I need to get moving. Yeah, it's gonna be that was March those dates. So for small transfers, chase for anything over uh, 3,000. Yeah, I don't know. I never, like I said, for some reason, I they canceled me, and it was weird. And it was 5 years ago when I first got here. Because everybody was telling me you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, and I'm going, am I listening to the right people? Because everybody back then said, oh no, on your uh, the visa that you have to come here, for your 60 days or whatever. What do they call that? My mind's gone. Somebody enlighten me. On a tourist visa, you can't get a bank account. Walk right into to Bangkok Bank. Ask the lady behind there. Didn't have anybody with me. Didn't know anybody here. Didn't know nothing. And she explained to me what I needed to go to immigration and get my deal, which was basically a deal saying where I was staying, and came back and got in there and had a bank account that day. Uh, Bought a motorcycle. Can you buy a? No, no, not on that visa. No, you can't. Well, I did. But what really cracked me up is I told Jam that, and uh, they went and they um, Bangkok Bank turned them down. Said no, you got to go to the embassy and get your visa, um, you know, verified. I never heard of that. And they went to another bank, ended up getting a bank account, and I said, "Is that just for the Bangkok bank that you went to?" No, for all of them. Now, I never went past that because I didn't need to, but always try. I mean, that's what I said. I said, well, 10 people have told me now you can't get a bank account. Hell, I'm going to go to the bank and ask them. So as long as you're not, like I said, demanding, an asshole, whatever you want to be, people will help you. And obviously the lady spoke a little bit of English enough to understand what I wanted. And now what they wouldn't let me do was open up a second bank account without a long term visa. I had to have my retirement visa. They opened up my second bank account. Now, could I have went to another bank? Maybe. I This was my second bank account at Bangkok Bank. So we'll see, because I want to go and open up one at the Pink Bank. I think the Pink Bank has a lottery or something. My wife is saying so. She wants to put a chunk of money in there because they have a lotto every month, and you can win between 1,000 baht and 100,000 baht or something. I don't know, anything to make a dollar. But I guess with this thing, it works out to a pretty good interest rate throughout the year. I've talked to a couple of people that have it, and I believe that's the government bank. I call it the Pink Bank. Tourist visa. Yes, you can. I did, and so did I. But they told me 10 people when I got here 5 years ago. Ryan Dale said, nope, you can't do that. My wire fees have dropped from 40 to 25, and it takes overnight to transfer. If I do it, if I do it during the week, Ron, like I did it yesterday, it'll be in there today. Probably by the end of the day, maybe the next morning, tomorrow morning. If I do it on a Thursday and pushing Friday, I might not get it till Monday. Uh, in there, but I'm never in that big a rush. Like, oh my God, I got to have this money tomorrow. So I never really worried about it. But if you plan it and you take it out during the week on a Monday, a Tuesday, or a Wednesday, even, you'll get it within a day, maybe a day and a half. It isn't bad at all. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds like a real good rate, actually. Yes, they're switching to digital transfers, a lot cheaper and faster. I opened an account in Bangkok Bank, went to 3 different branches. First told me I couldn't open an account in the last one. Yeah, and I think that's what happened to Meow and Jim. I think they just went to a couple that weren't any good. Uh, Next one. Thank you. I don't have any Coke though. No Coke. Oh no, no Coke. Um, So I don't know. That sounds about right because that's what I said. Did you check with? And they didn't. And I didn't go down to the one here because it wasn't really that important to me. I felt bad because I had told them that. And they ended up actually going to the embassy, the U.S. embassy, getting a date to go in there and paying $50 to get their passport verified. Now, if you have to verify a passport, a U.S. passport, the new ones, I don't know if you guys know what they look like, but they're pretty extensive. Um, if you can forge those, you need to be making some money, like $100 bills, uh, because I didn't see anything about that. Ask the immigration about the visa. They tell you, yeah, any of them, and that's what I suggest to anybody that says because here in Surin is different than what you're going to find in your place, wherever you're at, Pattaya, wherever you are. Tatpanome, where Chuck is different than Buriram, and different than every place is different. So if you go in there and ask them, some of the places actually have a sheet printed up of everything that you need to get what you need. And then bring it back. But I would go over it with them first. Is this yes, yes, no problem. Okay. Go in the next day, give it to them. There's a possibility they're saying, I still need this and this. Okay, get it, bring it back in, get your year deal, and go up and cup. Um, and so, but yeah, that's the way to do it. Is Jake leaving? Got to run. All right, what is it? Football time or no? No, it's not. It's Wednesday, right? Runs on. I and my ex-husband, we did that immigration nearby. Yeah, they'll give it to you, or they'll tell you. But like I said, the one in Surin, I think they actually have a printed out deal of what you need for everything that you need for whatever you're coming there for. And like I said, the new one here, man, you go at 9 o'clock any morning that I've been in there. There's never been more than 2 people. Now, eventually, I imagine it'll probably start being more and more. But Andrew just went the other day for his 90 day, and 2 or 3 people in there. It's great. Let's see. I think I'm caught up. How long we been? No, almost an hour and 45 minutes. Ah, okay. I got to get going because I've got I got to get this stuff in the trailer. I want to try to get everything done today, so I don't have a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow before I leave Friday morning. So I imagine unless anybody has anything they want to know about, I don't think anybody having any surgeries or anything Thailand related. You're going to have something in Thailand. Again, I will say this about anything done here. Excellent, excellent medical care here in Thailand. So if you're having any kind of, I don't really want to go to that third world country and, get sick or have to have an operation or whatever, I would say I feel as comfortable, if not more so, here in Thailand than I did in the U.S. So that's saying a lot because I was at some top-notch hospitals with this one when she was dying. Stanford was probably the best. So and my wife got excellent care there. That was like $3 million U.S. dollars. Thank God we had insurance. But yeah, so if it is, I don't shouldn't be your concern. What probably would be if you were getting an age, and I'm getting rambling on something else, is would you want to stay out in the middle of Isan 5 hours from any kind of health facilities. Probably not, if you're not in the best of health. Like here, I'm 5 minutes from the hospital, the government and the private. Uh, I would go to the private. They'll take me there. So do you have to plan it so you're doing that? No. It depends on what your health's like. Some people plan their vacations around where they're going to stay in what hotel, whether it's close to a hospital or not. So use your brains. Do something. You know, but if you're worried about it not being good, um, no, it's great. I'm gonna check out some dental stuff. Yeah, I heard it was now in Costa Rica. I heard the dental was real cheap, 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 and really good. And people would plan their vacations, a 3-week vacation, a week worth of dental work, and 2 weeks worth of vacation and recovery. And I think they do that here. I heard it's a lot cheaper. I don't know. I don't think I have. I have to ask my wife because I got to get some stuff done. I've let my teeth go way too far. But anyway, let me go over here and wait. Let me go back to comments and say thanks for hanging, Verna. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody. You guys are awesome. Um, if you guys aren't subscribed and you're watching, please subscribe. It's free. You don't have to comment, whatever you want to do. Richard of Broussard Travels has done my intro and outro on my live streams. Hope you're doing all right. I haven't heard anything from you. I'm hoping that things are going good for you. I really am. He's a good guy. And have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. And I'm going to look at the screen. I'm going to get everything set up and I'm going to go. And I will catch you on the next one.